That's all this. You want me to go check?
Oh, Liam. Oh, Liam, right here.
All right, guys, we're doing farming announcements for April 20th or April 21st. So whoever's not here tomorrow, today, we'll do them tomorrow. I guess we're gonna start off with the operations side of it. All right, so these are things coming straight from the top. So don't blame me. Please do not adjust speaker volume on iPads or directly on speakers. So we all kind of we all do that. We're not allowed to anymore because we've turned it up too many times, and now we're starting up. Speaker volumes are set by management for safety reasons. So, like I said, also, you know how we're doing the harvesting boards every day, and it looks like that. Basically, we're gonna have a digital boards in the next couple of days. It'll be basically on an iPad, and we'll have all the information that you see there. But like on the harvesting board, like all the stuff that I write, I'll just start putting them on an iPad, and you guys can go to it. You know, we'll show you guys throughout the week how that looks. But it's gonna have all the information that you see there will be there, and you can click on forms. We'll have little links so you can just go back and forth between the two of them, so you don't have to. All right, I gotta do a form. If it says do the forms for Beacon, then you just click on the form right next to the Beaker, and it'll have all the. It's kind of cool. It's pretty neat actually. So that will be implemented soon. As far as food safety goes, so there have been some revisions on some tasks, including bathroom cleaning, trash takeout, in the 1D, 2D, and 2E offices. So from now on, we still have to take out the trash over there. We still have to go sweep, we still have to mop. That's pretty much every day. That's just like we do over here. We're supposed to sweep and mop every day, take out all the trash. But they have stuff on the MSS board, so you guys can't. There's no longer that thing where I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and they're going to have an actual a little link, a little box, a little drop down show you. It won't be a check off, but it will show you exactly what you're supposed to do. They do care about it, especially over there. So like, you know, make sure when you go over there, you guys do a good job. So I don't want them coming over here and getting mad at you guys for not living up to what you're supposed to be doing. So it's nothing too intense though. It's just taking out the trash every day, and then sweeping up every day.
Is there a certain time that we need to do it? Or?
So the good things is when it comes to taking out the trash and sweeping stuff, that's at the end of the day. When, you know, they're already gone by 5. But when it comes to actual cleaning of the restrooms and stuff, I think you guys are going to be doing it on the weekend. I think it's going to be on the MSS board, so there won't be anybody there, so you won't have to worry about people being there. But you're going to have to move things around. That's why they want to do it on the weekends, so you guys can move shelves, little stuff around, so it's not like can't have an excuse anymore for not doing it.
But why should we have to clean up an entire office that we're never in?
Because it's our job.
It just sounds like.
So I brought up things to them before. There was a couple more things that they had on their list that I fought for us not doing. Now when it comes to sweeping them off, and we sweep them off.
I mean, that makes sense for sure.
And all we have to do is take out the trash. And then the restroom things. The thing about it, guys, is there's a few of us who've gone over there and used the restrooms. And so you literally take that thing off as soon as you walk over there one time and use that restroom, we are now part of their part. So. It's what they want us to do. If you have an issue with it, though, you can definitely take it to Zane or somebody above me. But as far as what I'm told for you guys to do,
Just
I got no. I know I have my certain things with it as well, but we try to be fair. They try to be fair about it. We kind of compromise a little bit. But like I said, if you guys have something to say, you can definitely take it to them. And it's something that they want to revisit, and definitely can. But for the time being. At least this week, make sure that we're sweeping and we're mopping and we're taking out the trash. The trash is one bag of trash. Fill it back up. It's the same thing you do next door.
So what are we doing on the weekend?
It's just gonna be cleaning the restrooms, just like you clean here. It's the same exact thing that you do here, but they want it to be done there. So yeah, that's really fun. All right. Next thing would be clocking in. So when we guys clock in, if we're clocking in 10 minutes early, then we're working 10 minutes early. We're not sitting here waiting to clock in. That's not how we can't do that anymore. It's like stealing time. And they're noticing things like us being in here way too much. So if you're gonna clock in and you're here early and you're allowed to, it's 10 minutes before, and you wanna clock in, then go in there and start cleaning the buckets, start doing the stuff. We can't get here at 9 and then clock in and then make coffee and go to the do all the things. Like, you guys gotta be here a little bit before that if you wanna do stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with drinking coffee and doing all the things, but it seems like we're clocking in and then not starting until 9:15 or 9:20 because we kind of like take it easy at first. But I'd rather you guys clock in, get your job done, so maybe at the end of the day we can kind of leave earlier, do things where we're not set up like that. But I don't want you guys to get in trouble for stealing time That's the way it's referred to, because we're clocked in and we're not doing anything. And also, when it comes to taking breaks during the day, you're allowed to have a break in the morning a little bit, and you're allowed to have a break in the afternoon, and nobody's gonna say anything about it. But there's times where it's too much now. And I don't want them to start doing that thing again. But the reason why we have to clock out for lunch, so the same reason why we're clocking out for lunch and doing all that stuff is because we weren't being responsible with our own selves, and so we were taking advantage of the system. They're like, well, you guys want to do that, now we have to make sure that you're here. And I don't want that to get to that point where now we're gonna have to start clocking out to take breaks, and then so you can't be in here unless you take I don't want that to happen. I'm not stopping anybody from coming here to get something to drink, hang out, but you guys gotta be kind of like smart about it, not try to take advantage of us. As far as like being here for 10 minutes at a time, every 30 minutes. I mean, that's what it seems like sometimes. So I have to pay attention to that, and I don't want to be on you guys for doing that. So please just be responsible. Don't do that. If you're like, I'm not gonna be mad if you guys are gonna come down and get something to eat, something to drink real quick. But to hang out in here and when there's still stuff to do, because there are people in here who stay in there the whole time and they work and they're doing all the stuff that you guys can be helping with. So it's not really fair for them to have to be in there the whole time, and they're not going to take those breaks. And there's a difference between taking a break and taking advantage. So just want to let you guys know.
Hold on. Add to the clocking out when you leave for lunch that's going to be a part of our evacuation process. So when you leave, we need to know if you're not in the building. Say if it's an evacuation that we have to do and you don't clock out and you're gone, then somebody has to come in here and locate you, and it put others at harm or something was to happen if you didn't clock out, and then somebody had to come back in and look for it.
That's a good thing. Yeah, just make sure we're being responsible. We're getting free lunch, guys. I know it's hard to, some people are kind of upset about the 30 minutes of clocking out. We're getting paid for lunch. We get paid to be on lunch, so, and you get paid to take a couple minute breaks here and there, so there's no reason why we can't just be good people in our own work environment so we don't get screwed out of it later on, where they're gonna make you clock out for lunch and you don't get paid for it. They'll make you take your breaks and you don't get paid for it. And they're gonna be like, well, nobody else was adhering to the rules or whatever it is. So let's not go through that, and just be mindful, you know. You guys, if you see the managers and Wolf and Bree and whoever's in there and the windows are wide open, they wanna see inside, so they're gonna seek the same people over and over again. And that's nothing to do with me, it's gonna be on them looking at you guys going, you guys are still in it. Because they do comment on like, hey, there's people in here quite often. They do say those things, so I just don't want it to go any further than that. I want it to be like, we took care of it. No, please don't change anything else so we don't have to get screwed up, all right? That's it from my side, guys. So I'm gonna bring it over to Rose. She's gonna do the whole sustainability.
Horticulture and sustainability. Just one really short thing on horticulture. When little like leaves that from first harvest or from removing a tree, sometimes like the leaves themselves can just fall onto the trees below, which is actually really bad for the plant that the leaf could fall on. So they can cause mold. We've seen that happen already. Or the plant is just like weighed down by this dead leaf that's sitting on it, and then that whole plant is just not going to grow as best as it can. So just kind of keep an eye out if you're doing a first harvest on like higher up trees, where are all those leaves falling? And if they're on a tray below, just go ahead and like pick those off individually.
And on top of that, like when we used to clean all the trays, like remember back in the day on the E, A, B, and C or whatever, and we would clean at the top, we would have to take care, every time we clean something, we had to clean everything below it, because leaves would fall off and leaves would get into stuff. So you have to, if you're above, you're supposed to honestly be paying attention to each row below you for those reasons. When you have to watch your feet as well, because sometimes you guys stick your feet on that thing like that, and you're kicking stuff on it, and you never know what you're doing. So you just have to be very mindful of that stuff.
It's hard. And then one reminder about our cleaning bottles in the white cabinet over here. Don't throw away a Windex bottle that's empty, because we have the jugs of them, the real big ones, and you can use those to refill the little individual hand sprayers. And there's a white funnel in there that you can use to like pour from the big jug into the individual hand sprayer, and that just helps us like prevent from buying those hand sprayers over and over and over again. We want to keep reusing those, and just make sure don't throw them away, and just refill them instead, all right? And then this Thursday, does anybody know what Thursday is? Birthday. So we're gonna do a park cleanup. Dream Harvest has done this many years in the past, and it's totally optional. It'll be at 5 o'clock on Thursday. So if you work on Thursday, you have the option to clock out and then join us at the park. But this is a paid volunteer cleanup, so it's only for 1 hour. It's at Brayburn Park, which is like straight, you go up Gessner, like straight north towards 59, and it's right there. Right where Gessner meets 59 is called Brayburn Glen Park. And so it's paid, meaning if you show up at the park to do the cleanup, you will be paid an hour to do that cleanup. So you have two choices. You can stay here and work regular, so there will be a manager who stays back, and you'll just continue working here in the farm from 5 to 6, doing whatever you would normally do from 5 to 6. Or you can clock out from here and then meet at the park and join the cleanup for an hour, and you'll get that added onto your paycheck. And even if you're not working on that day, you can still just show up for an hour and get an extra hour worth of being paid. So people all over the world are doing Earth Day stuff, so we do something every year, so we're adding this for us for this year. So we'll just grab some gloves, grab some trash bags. It's a park that I've heard needs a little bit of love, so we will do that for an hour on Thursday to celebrate Earth Day, and hopefully everybody can come, but it is optional, and you are paid if you come. And then the last thing is, also for Earth Day, there's anyone familiar with Carbock Brewery, which is a brewery that has this huge outdoor beer garden, like huge covered patio area. Yeah, we are gonna be having a booth there, on Thursday. It's called the, let me find it, Earth Day Farmers Market. They're calling it a living market for the local community. So local vendors, food, giveaways, family and dog friendly, and we're gonna have a booth there. So I believe Noah will be kind of manning our booth, and we're there representing a sustainable local company. It's all day on Thursday from 3 to 8, so you guys are also welcome
This week?
to go to that on Thursday, yeah. So you could leave here at 6 and make it over there at 6:30 and get the last like hour and a half of it. It's over at 8. So, but I'll include all that in the announcements. So that's it for Earth Day. Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it.
Thanks.
There are a lot of cigarettes in the
That's
county.
what we're supposed to go to that park and participate. It's like that